What is up, guys? My name is STIX, and if you don't already, follow me over on Twitter at ByteStix to stay updated with the latest MMO related news. To preface this entire video, I would like to point out that Warlords Awakening is not a new upcoming MMORPG. What a lot of players don't immediately realize is that in actuality, the game is a mere rebranding and remastering of Inspirit Online, aka Elite Lord of Alliance. Both previous iterations of Warlords, both versions of the game being shut down equally as swiftly as they appeared. Unlike Inspirit Online and Elite Lord of Alliance, however, Warlords Awakening is relaunching for a third time as a buy-to-play MMORPG. Buy to play. The base game is going on the market for $11.99, while the early access package is going on for $24.99. The base package at $12 includes early access, whereas the early access package is apparently for players that want an in-game pet, costume, title, and a couple extra useless items. Which is ridiculous. Both that they would charge $25 for that, and for the fact that the game, which has launched twice in the West already, as a free-to-play MMORPG both times, is relaunching for a third time as a buy-to-play game. Now, don't get me wrong, Warlords Awakening in and of itself is not a bad game. Sure, the graphics look like something out of 2013, the combat's slower than something like Path of Exile or Mu Legends, and the voice acting, man, please just don't tell me that this is what actually passes as quality English voiceovers.
What's going on? What's going on?
To see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
The character creation isn't too bad. You're given 5 different classes to choose from: Blood Knight, Mage, Hunter, Psychic, and Assassin. There are 4 different races: the Kartu, Liru, Sapiens, and Naru. Each race has access to each different class, with the exception of the Naru and the Assassin class, which are actually both exclusive to one another. There are quite a few hairstyles to choose from, over 20, I believe, in total, maybe a little more, with your basic skin color and hair colors to choose from, and a fairly large selection of faces and eye styles. And while you can definitely make a pretty cute looking character overall, the fact that the game is played from an isometric point of view makes it almost pointless to even bother.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
And yes, as I pointed out, the voice acting is just that bad. That large man, okay, maybe a little effeminate guy right there. Yep.
What? 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 What?
And this lady right here. Yep. The game gives each class 3 distinct weapons and weapon styles to choose from for their character. My Assassin, for example, had the Assassination tree that utilized daggers, the Chaos tree that utilized claws, and finally the Execution tree that utilized a scythe. Each weapon gave you access to a drastically different playstyle and absolutely different skills, which, admittedly makes for a good amount of customization in your character. My problem overall was that your skills have such long cooldowns that for the first bajillion hours of playing, all I did was just click A, repetitiously while waiting for my skills to come out of cooldown, which was literally often like 15 seconds at a time. Granted, that got a little better as I got higher, but that is not the kind of vibe you really want to give off early on, especially when you level as slow as you do, even with a 20% boost to XP. The game overall is broken up into zones. Each zone occupies the next section of the story, and you progress through each one essentially like you would in most MMOs. However, there was so little to do in each zone that outside of running a little to the right or a little to the left, exploration was essentially kept to a minimum. Outside of not needing to explore, outside of the boring questing system, and outside of the slow combat, there was the occasional entertaining event. As an example, my wife received a Fia's blessing that gave her an increase to her defense. She got greedy, however, and wanted the XP boost like I had, so she went and prayed a second time. The goddess proceeded to cast a debuff on her that ultimately killed her after 30 seconds. Now, while that was in fact absolutely hilarious, it would have been great to know that that could actually happen. I wanted to attempt PvP, but that is designated to players level 40 and above, and let me tell you, there's no way I am getting there in a first impressions video. So with that being said, I am a little disappointed with both the MMO community and MMO developers and publishers in this day and age. When did it become acceptable to just shut down an MMO, then relaunch it as a buy-to-play game in a pathetic attempt to milk as much money out of our gullible community? Better yet, when did we become so gullible that we actually bought into this shit? Asta tried it, Bless Online tried it, now Warlords Awakening is trying it. Just fuck off with your bullshit re-releases and give us something worth actually spending money on. Is it really that difficult? On that note, I would like to warn players not to buy Warlords Awakening. Legit, you would get more satisfaction from buying a few homeless people sandwiches than you would out of Warlords Awakening.